Erik Horne here. After the Thunder's 97-91 loss to the Detroit Pistons to open the preseason, a lot of things went into the loss, starting with the Thunder not having 3 of their 5 projected starters to start the preseason. We knew Russell Westbrook and Andre Robertson were going to be out, but Paul George was a late scratch a couple hours before game time. The Thunder cited personal reasons for Paul George not being able to play tonight. So it was up to Steven Adams and Dennis Schroeder to get things started for the Thunder, and they performed pretty well. Steven Adams ended up with 12 rebounds, 9 of them were offensive, ended up with 17 points in 26 minutes of play. He had a limited amount of playing time tonight with Dennis Schroeder. Those guys immediately had chemistry in the first quarter, and Adams in particular was particularly effective as a passer off of his offensive rebounds. He provided 2 assists, but more than just his assists, he was creating for his teammates in other ways, providing those second chance opportunities he's so good at. Dennis Schroeder and Billy Donovan both went out of their way to say how Adams was unselfish and how his game is unselfish. As for the Thunder, you saw sort of a tale of 2 halves. The first half, they were really energetic. They were getting after loose balls, getting on the ground. Alex Abrines returned to action after not having a lot of contact in practice for the first week of preseason. But in the second half, they were a little sluggish, and I think a little bit of what took them out of their game and their pace from the first half was they just weren't finishing plays. Jeremy Grant didn't shoot well. Nerlens Noel was missing dunks around the rim, and one of his missed dunks was a key one with about 37 seconds left in a one-possession game that led to former Thunder Ish Smith hitting a 3-pointer to seal the game and make it a 2-possession game. Look, you don't take a lot from preseason in terms of wins and losses, but Adams didn't get to play the fourth quarter. Dennis Schroeder didn't get to play the fourth quarter. If those guys play, it's a different story. But the Thunder is going to have to be a better finishing team, obviously, throughout the year if they're going to be effective. Nerlens Noel did gain rhythm as the game went on, particularly at the beginning of the fourth quarter. He was effective with Raymond Felton. He was disruptive defensively, and he showed some of the flashes of what makes him a guy that could potentially be a steal for the money that the Thunder got him at $2.3 million per season for the next 2. But he's going to have to be able to be a better finisher. He had some good catches with Raymond Felton in the pick and roll. Just got to get his finishing better. It's going to come for Jeremy Grant. He was disappointed with himself after the first game. He missed about 4 or 5 easy layups. But the key thing about Jeremy Grant's game was the moves that he made to get to the spots that he got to were really effective moves, and he was under control the entire time. He just didn't finish. The ball would slip out of his hand. He'd miss a dunk, or he'd miss an up and under or a layup. He did get to the line 5 times, which shows that Jeremy Grant is still doing a good job of getting to the foul line at a high rate, even though he's playing in limited minutes. Raymond Felton came in and chipped in with about 12 points. He was effective. His shot selection was pretty good to start, kind of waned toward the fourth quarter when the Thunder was struggling to create shots from the perimeter. But overall, it's a decent start for the Thunder. The ball moved better, which is what Billy Donovan has been preaching and wanting to do, basically ever since he arrived in Oklahoma City. And it kind of started with Steven Adams being the catalyst of more offense than we've seen from him in recent seasons. Will that continue with Russell Westbrook coming back? That remains to be seen. But right now, Adams is clearly going to be an important part of the offense for the Thunder going forward, with not just his offensive rebounding, but his ability to pass off of offensive rebounds and be able to pass just in general sets.